Okay, so I certainly know how to stir up a hornet's nest. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go directly to the first book of Enoch, and I'm just going to read some from it. You be the judge. Let's see what I can find out for you. So this is chapter 48 in First Enoch, the first book of Enoch, referred to as the book of Enoch. And it says, "In that place I saw an exhaustible spring of righteousness, and many springs of wisdom surrounded it. And all the thirsty drank from them and were filled with wisdom. And their dwelling was with the righteous and the holy and the chosen. And at the hour that the Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits, and his name brought to the head of days, even before the sun and the constellations were created, before the stars of heaven were made, his name was named in front of the Lord of spirits." So let's see if we can figure out what the name is, because the Christians think it's Jesus Christ, which is a made-up name, made up, 500 years ago, give or take a few years, because of the J that's on it. I mean, we know what the second half of the name is, Zeus, right? So we should be getting the name here shortly. It says, "He will be a staff to the righteousness and the holy, so that they may lean on him and not fall. And he will be the light of the nations, and he will be the hope of those who grieve in their hearts. All those who dwell upon dry ground will fall down and worship in front of him. And they will bless and praise and celebrate with psalms the name of the Lord of spirits." So this is a Lord of spirits. "And because of this, he was chosen and hidden in front of him before the world was created and forever. But the wisdom of the Lord of spirits has revealed him to the holy and righteous. For he hath kept safe the lot of the righteous, for they have hated and rejected this world of iniquity. And all its works and its ways they have hated in the same name of the Lord of spirits. For in his name they are saved, and he is the one who will require their lives." "And in those days the kings of the earth and the strong who possess the dry ground will have downcast faces because of the works of their hands. For on the days of their distress and trouble they will not save themselves. And I will give them into the hands of my chosen ones, like straws in the fire, and like lead in water. So they will burn in front of the righteous, and sink in front of the holy, and no trace will be found of them. And on the day of their trouble there will be rest on the earth, and they will fall down in front of him and will not rise. And there will be no one who will take them with his hands and raise them, for they denied the Lord of spirits and his Messiah. May the name of the Lord of spirits be blessed." "For the wisdom has been poured out like water and glory, and will not fail in front of him forever and ever. For he is powerful in all the secrets of righteousness, and iniquity will pass away like a shadow, and will have no existence. For the chosen one stands in front of the Lord of spirits, and his glory is forever and ever, and his power for all generations. And in him dwell the spirit of wisdom, and the spirit that gives understanding, and the spirit of knowledge and of power, and the spirit of those who sleep in righteousness. And he will judge the things that are secret, and no one will be able to say an idle word in front of him. For he has been chosen in front of the Lord of spirits in accordance with his wish. And in those days a change will occur for the holy and the chosen, and the light of days will rest upon them, and the glory and honor will return to the holy. And on the day of trouble, calamity will be heaped up over the sinners. But the righteous will concur in the name of the Lord of spirits, and he will show this to others so that they might repent and abandon the works of their hands. And they will have no honor in the front of the Lord of the spirits, but in his name they will be saved, and the Lord of spirits will have mercy on them, for his mercy is great, and he is righteous in his judgment. And in front of his glory, iniquity will not be able to stand against his judgment. He who does not repent will be destroyed. And from then on, I will not have mercy on them, says the Lord of spirits. And in those days, the earth will return, which has been entrusted to it, and Sheol will return that which has been entrusted to it, and that which it has received, and destruction will return what it owes. And he will choose the righteous and the holy from among them, for the day has come near when they must be saved. And in those days the chosen one will sit on his throne, and all the secrets of wisdom will flow out from the counsel of his mouth. For the Lord of spirits has appointed him and glorified him. And in those days the mountains will leap like rams, and the hills will skip like lambs satisfied with milk, and all will become angels in heaven. Their faces will shine with joy, for in those days the chosen one will have risen, and the earth will rejoice, and the righteous will dwell upon it, and the chosen will walk upon it. And after those days, in that place where I have seen all the visions, that which is secret, for I had been carried off by a whirlwind, and they which brought me to the west. There my eyes saw the secrets of heaven, everything that will occur on earth, a mountain of iron, and a mountain of copper, and a mountain of silver, and a mountain of gold, and a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. And I asked the angel who went with me, saying, What are these things which I have seen in secret? And he said to me, All these things which you've seen serve the authority of his Messiah, so that he may be strong and powerful on the earth. And the angel of peace answered me, saying, Wait a little while, and you will see. And everything which is secret, which the Lord of spirits has established, will be revealed to you. And these mountains that you have seen, the mountain of iron, the mountain of copper, the mountain of silver, the mountain of gold, the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all these in front of the chosen one will be like wax before the fire, and like the water that comes down from above these mountains. They will be weak under his feet. And it will come to pass that in those days that neither the gold nor by the silver will men save themselves. They will be unstable or unable to save themselves or to flee. And there will be neither iron for war nor material for a breastplate. Bronze will be no use. Tin will be of no use and will count for nothing. And lead will not be wanted. And these will be wiped out and destroyed from the face of the earth when the chosen one appears in front of the Lord of spirits. And there my eyes saw a deep valley, and its mouth was open, and all those who dwell upon dry ground. And the sea and the islands will bring gifts and presents and offerings to him. But that deep valley will not become full, and their hands commit evil, and everything at which the righteous toil, and sinners evilly devour. And so the sinners will be destroyed from in front of the Lord of spirits, and will be banished from the face of his earth, unceasingly forever and ever. For I saw the angels of punishment going and preparing all the instruments of Satan. And I asked the angel of peace, who went with me, and I said to him, these instruments, for whom are they preparing them? And he said to me, they are preparing these for the kings and the powerful of this earth, so that by means of them they may be destroyed. So now we know who the powers of the world are amassing these fantastic weapons, that, we're going to say uh, are being deployed, okay? Now we know that they're going to be actually fighting angels. And it says, and after this, the righteous and the chosen one will cause the house of his congregation to appear. From then on, in the name of the Lord of spirits, they will not be hindered. And in front of him, these mountains will not be firm like the earth, and the hills will be like a spring of water, and the righteous will have rest from the ill treatment of the sinners. And I looked, and I turned to another part of the earth, and I saw there a deep valley with burning fire. And they brought the kings and the powerful and threw them into the valley. And there my eyes saw how they made instruments for them, iron chains and immeasurable weight. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, saying, these chained instruments, for whom are they being prepared? And he said to me, these are being prepared for the host of Azazel, so that they may take them and throw them into the lower part of hell, and they will cover their jaws with rough stones, as the Lord of spirits commanded. And Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel, these will take hold of them on the great day, and throw them on that day into the furnace of burning fire, so that the Lord of spirits may take vengeance on them for their iniquity. And in that they became servants of Satan, and led astray those who dwell upon the dry ground. And in those days the punishment of the Lord of spirits will go out, and all the storehouses of the waters which are above the sky and under the earth will be opened. That's describing the dome that we live in, the waters above the firmament. And all the waters will be joined with the waters that are above the sky. The water that is above the sky is male, and the water that is under the earth is female. and all those who dwell upon the dry ground, and those who dwell under the ends of heaven will be wiped out. And because of this, they will acknowledge their iniquity which they have committed on the earth. And through this, they will be destroyed. And after this, the head of days repented and said, I have destroyed to no purpose all those who dwell upon the dry ground. And he swore by his great name, from now on, I will not act like this towards all those who dwell upon the dry ground. And I will put a sign in heaven, and it will be a pledge of faith between me and them forever, so long as heaven is above the earth. And this will be in accordance with my command. When I want to take hold of them with the hands of the angels on the day of distress and pain, in the face of my anger and wrath, my wrath and anger will remain upon them, says the Lord of spirits. You powerful kings who dwell upon the dry ground will be obliged to watch my chosen ones sit down on the throne of my glory, and judge in the name of the Lord of spirits, Azazel and all his associates and all his hosts. And I saw these, the host of the angels of punishment, as they went, and they were holding chains of iron and bronze. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, saying, to whom are those who are holding the chains going? And he said to me, each of his own chosen ones, and to their beloved ones, so that they may be thrown into the chasm in the depths of the valley. And then that valley will be filled with their chosen and their beloved ones, and the days of their life will be at an end. And the days of their leading astray will be no longer accounted. In those days, the angels will gather together and will throw themselves towards the east upon the Parthians and the Medes. They will stir up the kings so that a disturbing spirit will come upon them, and they will drive them from their thrones, and they will come out like lions from the lairs, and the hungry wolves in the middle of their flocks. And they will go up and trample the land of my chosen ones. And the land of my chosen ones will become before them a trampling ground and a beaten track. But the city of my righteous ones will be a hindrance to those horses. And they will stir up slaughter amongst themselves, and their own right hand will be strong against them. And a man will not admit to knowing his neighbor, or his brother, nor his son, his father, his mother, until through their death there are corpses enough, and their punishment, it will not be in vain. And in those days Sheol will open its mouth, and they will sink into it. And their destruction, Sheol, will swallow up the sinners in front of the faces of the chosen. And it will come to pass after this that I saw another host of chariots with men riding on them. And they came upon the wind from the east and from the west to the south. And the sound of their noise of their chariots was heard. And when this occurred, the holy ones observed it from heaven, and the pillars of earth were shaken from their foundations. And the sound was heard from their ends of the earth and the ends of heaven throughout one day. And all will fall down and worship the Lord of spirits. And this is the end of the second parable. And I began to speak the third parable about the righteous and about the chosen. Blessed are you, the righteous and the chosen, for your lot will be glorious. And the righteous will be in the light of the sun, and the chosen will be in the light of the eternal. And there will be no end of days of their life, and their holy days of the holy will be without number. And they will seek the light and will find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. Peace be to the righteous with the Lord of the world. And after this, it will be said to the holy that they should seek in heaven the secrets of righteousness, the lot of faith, for it has become bright as the sun upon the dry ground, and the darkness has passed away. And these there will be ceaseless light, and to a limit of days they will not come, for darkness will have been destroyed previously, and the light will endure in front of the Lord of spirits, and the light of the uprightness will endure in the front of the Lord of spirits forever. And in those days my eyes saw the secrets of the flashing of lightning, and the lights, and the regulations governing them, and they flash for a blessing or a curse. And the Lord of the spirits wishes, and there I saw the secrets of thunder, and how it crashes in heaven above, the sound of it is heard. And they showed me the dwellings of the dry ground, and the sound of the thunder, for peace and for blessing, for a curse, according to the word of the Lord of spirits. And after this, all the secrets of lights and the flashes of lightnings were shown to me. They flashed to bring blessings and satisfaction. In the 50th year, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month of the life of Enoch, in that parable, I saw how the heaven of heavens is shaken violently, and the Most High, the host of the Most High, and the angels, 1,000 thousands and 10,000s times 10,000, were extremely disturbed. And then I saw the head of days sitting on the throne of his glory, and the angels and righteous were sitting around him. And a great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me, and my loins collapsed and gave way, and my whole being melted, and I fell upon my face. And the holy Michael sent another holy angel, one of the holy angels, and he raised me. And when he raised me, my spirit returned, for I had been unable to endure the sight of that host, and the disturbance and the shaking of heaven. And the holy Michael said to me, what sight has disturbed you like this? Until today has the day of his mercy lasted, and he has been merciful and long-suffering towards those who dwell upon the dry ground. And when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come that the Lord of spirits has prepared for those who worship the righteous judgment, and for those who deny the righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain, and the day that has been prepared for the chosen a covenant, but for the sinners a visitation. And on that day, two monsters will be separated one from another, a female monster whose name is Leviathan, to dwell in the depths of the sea, above the springs of the water. And the name of the male, which is Behemoth, who occupies with his breast the immense desert named Dindayan on the east side of the garden, where the chosen and the righteous dwell, where my grandfather was received, who was seventh from Adam, the first man whom the Lord of spirits made. And I asked the other angels to show me the power of those monsters, how they were separated on one day and thrown into the depths of the sea, and the other on the dry ground of the desert. Boy, that sure sounds like Venus and Mars to me. And he said to me, Son of man, you here wish to know what is secret. And the other angel spoke to me, the one who went with me, and showed me what is secret, what is first and last in heaven, in the heights and under the dry ground, in the depths and at the ends of heaven, and at the foundations of heaven, and in the storehouses of the winds, and how the spirits are distributed, and how they are weighed, and how the springs and the winds are counted according to the power of their spirit, and the power of the light of the moon, and the divisions of the stars according to their names, and how all divisions are made, and the thunder according to the place where it falls, and all divisions that are made in lightning, so that it may flash, and its hosts, how they quickly obey. For the thunder hath fixed intervals, which have been given to its sound for waiting. And the thunder and the lightning are not separate, although not the same. Through a light, the two of them more inseparably. For when the lightning flashes, the thunder utters its voice, and the Spirit at the proper time causes it to rest, and divides equally between them, because the storehouse of the times for their occurrence is like that of sand, and each of them at a proper time is held by a rein and turned back by the power of the Spirit, and likewise driven forward according to the number of the regions of earth. And the spirit of the sea is male and strong, and according to the power of its strength, the Spirit turns it back with a rein. And likewise, in it is driven forward and scattered amongst all the mountains of the earth. And the spirit of the hoarfrost is its own angel, and the spirit of the hell is a good angel, and the spirit of the snow withdrawn because of its power, and it has a special spirit that it rises from. It is like smoke, and its name is frost. And the spirit of the mist is not associated with them in their storehouse, but has a special storehouse, for its course is glorious both in light and in darkness, and in the winter and in the summer. And its storehouse is an angel. And the spirit of dew has its dwelling at the ends of heaven, and is connected with the storehouse of the rain. And its course is in winter and in summer, and its clouds. And the clouds of the mist are associated, and ones give to the others. And when the spirit of the rain moves from its storehouse, the angels come and open the storehouse and bring it out. And when it is scattered over the dry ground, it joins with all the water that is on the dry ground. And whenever it joins with the water that is on the dry ground, and there's a parentheses and dot, dot, dot. So it apparently is saying something else there. But we're not going to be able to read it. For the waters are for those who dwell upon the dry ground, for they are nourishment for the dry ground, from the Most High who is in heaven. Therefore, there is a fixed measure for the rain, and the angels comprehend it. All these things I saw towards the garden of righteousness. And the angel of peace who was with me said to me, these two monsters prepared in accordance with the greatness of the Lord will feed them that punishment of the Lord. And the children will be killed with their mothers and sons and their fathers. When the punishment of the Lord of spirits rests upon them, it will remain resting, so that the punishment of the Lord of spirits may not come in vain upon these. After the judgments will be according to his mercy and his patience. You know, Leviathan and Behemoth, I've said before, that is church and state, and that is certainly the religious and the governmental of this world. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. And in those days I saw long cords given to those angels, and they acquired wings for themselves, and flew and went towards the north. And I asked the angel, saying, why did these take long cords and go? And he said to me, they went so that they may measure. And the angel who went with me said to me, these will bring measurements of the righteous, of the ropes of the righteous, to the righteous, that they may rely on the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The chosen will begin to dwell with the chosen, and these measurements will be given to faith, and will strengthen the righteousness. And these measurements will reveal the secrets of the depths of the earth, and those who were destroyed by the desert, and those who were devoured by the fish of the sea, and by the animals, that they may return to rely on the day of the chosen one. For no one will be destroyed in front of the Lord of spirits, and no one can be destroyed. And all those in the heavens above received a command and power, and one voice, and one light, like fire, was given to them. And him before everything they blessed and exalted and praised in wisdom. And they showed themselves wise in speech and in the spirit of life. And the Lord of spirits set the chosen one on the throne of his glory. And he will judge all the works of the holy ones in the heaven above. And in the balance he will weigh their deeds. And when he lifts his face to judge their secret ways, according to the word of the name of the Lord of spirits, and their path according to the way of the righteous judgment of the Most High, they will all speak with one voice and bless and praise to exalt and glorify the name of the Lord of the spirits. And he will call all the host of heaven, and all the holy ones above, and all the hosts of the Lord, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the ophanim, and the angels of power, and the angels of principalities, and the chosen one, and the other host that is upon the dry ground and over the water on that day. And they will raise one voice, and they will bless and praise and glorify and exalt in the spirit of faith, and in the spirit of wisdom, and of patience, and in of the spirit of mercy, and in of the spirit of justice, and of peace, and in the spirit of goodness. And they will all say with one voice, blessed is he And blessed be the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. And all those who do not sleep in heaven above will bless him. And all his holy ones who are in heaven will bless him. And all the chosen ones who dwell in the garden of life, and every spirit able to bless and praise and exalt and hallow your holy name. And all flesh which to the limit of its power will praise and bless your name forever and ever. For great is the mercy of the Lord of spirits, and he is long-suffering, and all of his works and all of his forces, as many as he has made, he has revealed to the righteous and the chosen, in the name of the Lord of spirits. And thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and all those who dwell upon the earth, and said, open your eyes and raise your horns if you are able to acknowledge the chosen one. So everyone has to acknowledge the chosen one. And the Lord of spirits sat on his throne of glory, and the spirit of the righteous was poured out on him. And the word of his mouth kills all the sinners and all the lawless, and they are destroyed in front of him. And on that day, all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who possess the earth will stand up, and they will see and recognize how he sits on the throne of glory. And the righteous are judged in righteousness in front of him, and no idle word is spoken in front of him. And pain will come upon them as upon a woman in labor, for whom giving birth is difficult when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has difficulty giving birth. And one half of them will look at the other, and they will be terrified and will cast down their faces, and pain will hold of them when they see that the Son of a woman sitting on a throne of his glory. And the mighty kings and all those who possess the earth will praise and bless and exalt him who rules everything that is hidden. For from the beginning that Son of man was hidden, and the Most High kept him in the presence of his power, and revealed him only to the chosen and the community of the holy. And the chosen will be shown, and all the chosen will stand before him on that day. And all the mighty kings and the exalted and those who rule the dry ground will fall down before him, and their faces and worship, and they will set their hopes on the Son of Man, and will entreat him, and will petition for mercy from him. But the Lord of spirits will then so press them that they will hasten to go out from before him, and their faces will be filled with shame, and the darkness will grow deeper on their faces. And the angel of punishment will take them, so that they may repay them for the wrong that they did to his children and to the chosen ones. And they will become a spectacle to the righteous and to his chosen ones, and they will rejoice over them. For the anger of the Lord of spirits will rest upon them, and the sword of the Lord of spirits will be drunk with them. And the righteous and the chosen will be saved on the day, and they will never see the faces of the sinners and the lawless from then on. And the Lord of spirits will remain over them, and with the Son of Man they will dwell, and eat and lie down and rise up forever and ever. And the righteous and chosen will have risen from the earth, and will have ceased to cast down their faces, and will have put on the garment of life. And this will be a garment of life from the Lord of spirits. And your garments will not wear out, and your glory will not fail, and in front of the Lord of spirits. In those days, the mighty kings who possess dry ground will entreat the angel of his punishment, to whom they have handed over, so they might have give them a little respite, and so that they might fall down and worship in front of the Lord of spirits and confess their sins in front of him. And they will bless and praise the Lord of spirits and say, Blessed be the Lord of spirits, and the Lord of kings, and the Lord of the mighty, and the Lord of the rich, and the Lord of the glory, the Lord of glory, and the Lord of wisdom. And everything secret is clear in front of you, and your power is for all generations, and your glory is forever and ever. Deep and without number are all your secrets, and your righteousness is beyond reckoning. Now we realize that we ought to praise and bless the Lord of kings and the one who is king over all kings. And they will say, would that we might be given a respite, so that we might praise and thank and bless him and make our confession in front of his glory. And now we are long for a respite, but do not find it. We are driven off and do not obtain it. And the light has passed away from before us, and the darkness will be our dwelling forever and ever. Woe! No sun, no light. For we have not made our confession before him, and we have not praised the name of the Lord of kings. And we have not praised the Lord for all his works, but our hopes have been on the scepter of our kingdom and of our glory. And on the day of our affliction, the distress, he does not save us. And we find no respite to make our confession that the Lord is faithful in all his doings, and in all his judgments, and in all his justice, and that his judgments show no respect for persons. Okay, this is what Abel tried to tell Cain. And we pass away from in front of him because of our works, and all our sins have been counted exactly. Then they will say to them, Our souls have sated with possessions and gained through iniquity, but they do not prevent our going down into the flames of the torment of Sheol. And after this, their faces will be filled with darkness and shame in front of that Son of Man, and they will be driven away from him. And the sword will dwell among them in front of him. And thus says the Lord of spirits, this is the law of judgment for the mighty, and the kings and the exalted, and for those who possess the dry ground, in front of the Lord of spirits. And I saw other figures hidden in that place. And I heard the voice of the angel saying, These are the angels who come down from heaven onto the earth, and reveal what is secret to the sons of men, and led astray the sons of men, so that they committed sin. Now let's back up and read this again. And I saw other figures hidden in that place. I heard the voice of the angel saying, These are the angels who came down from heaven unto the earth, and revealed what is secret to the sons of men, and led them astray from the sons led astray the sons of men, so that they committed sin. And in those days Noah saw the earth and tilted, and that its destruction was near. And he set off from there, and went to the ends of the earth, and cried out to his grandfather Enoch. And Noah had said 3 times in a bitter voice, Hear me, hear me, hear me. And he said to him, tell me, what is it that is being done on the earth, that the earth is so afflicted and shaken, lest I be destroyed with it? And immediately there was a great disturbance on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven, and I fell upon my face, and my grandfather Enoch came, stood by me, and said to me, why did you cry out to me with such bitter crying and weeping? And a command has gone out from the Lord against those who dwell upon the dry ground, that this must be their end. For they have learnt all the secrets of angels, and all the wrongdoings of Satan's, and all their secret power, and all the power of those who practice magic arts, and the power of enchantments, and the power of those cast molten images for all the earth. We're talking about secret societies here, people. This is who they're talking about, just so you know. Right here. It's right there. And further, how silver is produced from the dust of the earth, and how soft metals occur on earth. For lead and tin are not produced from the earth, like the former. There is a spring which produces them, and an angel who stands in it, and that angel distributes them. And after this, my great-grandfather Enoch took hold of me with his hand and raised me and said to me, go, for I have asked the Lord of spirits about the disturbance on the earth. And he said to me, because of their iniquity, their judgment has been completed, and they will no longer be counted before me. Because of the sorceries they have searched out and learned. And the earth and all those who dwell upon it will be destroyed. And all these, there will be no place of refuge forever, for they showed to them what was secret, and they have been condemned. But not so for you, my son. The Lord of spirits knows that you are pure and innocent of this reproach concerning the secrets. And he has established your name among the holy, and will keep you from amongst those who dwell upon the dry ground. And he has destined your offspring in righteousness to be kings and for great honors, and from your offspring will flow out a spring of the righteous and holy without number forever. And after this, he showed me the angels of punishment, who were ready to come and release all the forces of water which is under the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all those who reside and dwell upon dry ground. And the Lord of spirits commanded the angels who were coming out not to raise their hands, but to keep watch, for those angels were in charge of the forces of the waters. And I came out from before Enoch. And in those days, the word of the Lord came to me, and he said to me, Noah, behold, your lot has come up before me, a lot without reproach, a lot of love and uprightness. And now the angels are making a wooden structure. And when the angels come out from that task, I will put my hand on it and keep it safe. And a change shall take place, so that the dry ground may not remain empty. And I will establish your offspring before me forever and ever. And I will scatter those who dwell with you over the face of the dry ground. And I will not again put them to the test on the face of the earth, but they will be blessed and increase on the dry ground in the name of the Lord. And they will be shut, those angels. They will shut up those angels who showed iniquity in that burning valley. which my great-grandfather Enoch had shown to me previously in the west, near the mountains of gold and silver and iron and soft metal in tin. And I saw the valley in which there was a great disturbance and a heaving of waters. Interesting, this is in the west. And when all this happened from the fiery molten metal and the disturbance, which disturbed the waters in the place, a smell of sulfur was produced, and it was associated with those waters. And that the valley of the angels who led men astray burns under the ground. And through the valleys of that same area flow out rivers of fire, where the angels will be punished, who led astray those on dry ground. You don't think that the fallen angels are in trouble? They're in big trouble. And in those days, those waters will serve the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell upon dry ground for the healing of soul and body, but also for the punishment of spirit. And their spirit are so full of lust that they will be punished in their bodies, for they denied the Lord of spirits, and they see their punishment every day, yet they do not believe in his name. And this more, their bodies are burnt, the more a change will come over their spirits forever and ever. For no one can speak an idle word in front of the Lord of spirits. For judgment will come upon them, for they believe in the lusts of their bodies, but deny the Spirit of the Lord. And those same waters will undergo a change in those days. For when those angels are punished in those days, the temperature of those springs of waters will change. And when the angels come up, that the water of the springs will change and become cold. And I heard the holy Michael answering and saying, this judgment with which the angels are judged is a testimony for the kings and the mighty who possess the dry ground. For these waters of judgment are served for the healing of the bodies of the kings, and for the lust of their bodies, but they do not see, and they do not believe that these waters will change, and will become fire which burns forever. And after this, my great-grandfather Enoch gave me the explanation of all the secrets in the book, and the parables that had been given to him. And he put them together for me in the words of the book of the parables. And on the day of the holy Michael answered Raphael, saying, the powers of the Spirit seizes me and makes me tremble because of the harshness of the judgment of angels. Now this is why the word and the wisdom tremble before the Most High. We were into in the last book. He's telling you there why. Michael. And you see, Michael... Okay, well, we'll just wait and let you find out for yourself. Who can endure the harshness of the judgment, which has been executed, and before which they melt with fear. And the holy Michael answered Raphael again and said to him, who would not soften his heart over it, and whose mind would not be disturbed by this word? Judgments has gone out against them upon those whom they have led out like this. But it came to pass, when he stood before the Lord of spirits, that the holy Michael spoke as follows to Raphael: I will not take their part under the eye of the Lord, for the Lord of spirits is angry with them, because they act as if they were the Lord. So there's the reason. They act as if they were the Lord. Because, in other words, they're leading children of men astray, but acting as the Lord doing it. Zeus, Jesus, not good. Because of this, the hidden judgment will come upon them forever and ever. For neither any other angel nor any man will receive their lot, but they alone have received their judgment forever and ever. And after this judgment, I will terrify them and make them tremble, for they have shown this to those who dwell upon dry ground. And behold their names of those angels. The first of them, Scamyaza. And then it says in parentheses, Aza. Sounds like Oz, doesn't it? The second, Artagrifa. The third, Armin. The fourth, Kokabel. The fifth, Turiel. The sixth, Remiel. The seventh, Daniel. The eighth, Nugael. The ninth, Barcriel. The 10th, Azazel. The 11th, Armaros. The 12th, Bartriel. The 13th, Basasael. The 14th, Ananel. The 15th, Turiel. The 16th, Samsiel. The 17th, Yetarel. The 18th, Tumariel. The 19th, Turiel. The 20th, Rumiel. And the 21st, Azazel. And these are the chiefs of their angels, and the names of the leaders of the hundreds, and their leaders of fifties, and their leaders of tens. And the name of the first is Yaquin. This is the one who led astray all the children of holy angels. And he brought them down unto dry ground. And he led them astray through the daughters of men. So again, Zeus spelled backwards is sex. And the name of the second is Absbil. And this one suggested an evil plan to the children of the holy angels and led them astray, so that they corrupted their bodies with the daughters of men. And the name of the third is Gadriel. This one is the one who showed all deadly blows to the sons of men and led astray Eve. And he showed the weapons of death to the children of men, and the shield of the breastplate, and the sword for slaughter, and all of the weapons of death to the sons of men. And from this hand they have gone out against those who dwell on dry ground, from that time and forever. And the name of the fourth is Punimui. This one shows the sons of men the bitter and the sweet, and showed them all the secrets of their wisdom. He taught men the art of writing with ink and paper. Through this many have gone astray, from eternity to eternity and to this day. For men were not created for this, that they should confirm their faith like this with the pen and ink. For men were created no differently from the angels, so that they might remain righteous and pure, and death, which destroys everything, would not have touched them. But through this knowledge of theirs, they were being destroyed, and through this power of death consumed. Now, what this is saying is that, if I'm understanding this correctly, that you're supposed to be transmuted or transmutated into a spiritual body, that you can do this through the physical. In other words, you don't have to suffer death. And the name of the fifth, and see, this is why we've been studying Arnold Ehret's information, because it teaches you, how to get to a place like that. And the name of the fifth, Kasdiah, This one showed the sons of men all the evil blows of the spirits and of the demons, and the blows that attack the embryo in the womb so that it miscarries, and the blows that attack the soul and the bite of the serpent, and the blows that occur at midday, and the son of the serpent who is strong. And this is the task of Kesbiel, the chief of the oath, who showed the oath to the holy ones when he dwelt on high glory, and his name is Becca. And by the way, all of these names are not going to be exactly correct, because all of this is translated from Hebrew into English. So these are not going to be the correct names, but it at least gives you an idea of what the crimes are. And we continue on, and it says, and this one told the holy Michael that he should show him the secret name so that they might mention it in the oath. So that those who showed the sons of men everything that is secret tremble before the name and the oath. And this is the power of this oath, for it is powerful and strong, and he placed the oath, Akia, in charge of holy Michael. And these are the secrets of this oath, and they are strong through this oath, and heaven was suspended before the world was created and forever. And through it the earth was founded upon the water, and from the hidden recesses of the mountains come beautiful waters, from the creation of the world and forever. And through that oath the sea was created, and its foundation for the time of anger. He placed it, the sand, and it does not go beyond it from the creation of the world and forever. And through the oath the deeps were made firm, and they stand and do not move from their place from the creation of the world forever. And through that oath the sun and the moon complete their course and do not transgress their command from the creation of the world and forever. And through that oath the stars complete their course, and he calls their names, and they answer him from the creation of the world and forever. And likewise the spirits of the water, of the winds, and of all the breezes, and their paths according to all the groups of their spirits. And they are kept in the storehouses that sound of thunder, and the light of the lightning. And there were kept the storehouses of hell, and the hoarfrost, and the storehouses of the midst of the storehouses of the rain and the dew. And all these make their confession, and give thanks in front of the Lord of spirits, and sing the praises with all power. And their food consists of all their thanksgiving, and they give thanks and praise and exalt the name of the Lord of spirits forever. And this oath is strong over them, and through it they kept safe, and their courses are not disturbed. And they had great joy, and they blessed, praised, and exalted, because of the name of the Son of Man had been revealed to them. And he sat on the throne of his glory, and the whole judgment was given to the Son of Man, and he will cause sinners to pass away and be destroyed from the face of the earth. And those who led astray the world will be bound in chains, and will be shut up in the assembly of place of their destruction, and all their works will pass away from the face of the earth. And from them on there will be nothing corruptible, for the Son of Man has appeared, and has sat on the throne of his glory, and everything will pass away and go from and in front of him. and the word of the Son of Man will be strong in front of the Lord of spirits. And the third parable of this is the third parable of Enoch. And it came to pass after this that there was living, his name was lifted from those who dwell upon the dry ground to the presence of the Son of Man and to the presence of the Lord of spirits, and he was lifted on the chariots of the Spirit of his name vanished among them. And from that day I was not counted among them. And he placed me between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took their cords and measured for me the place for the chosen and the righteous. And there I saw the first fathers and the righteous, whom from the beginning of the world dwelt in that place. And it came to pass that after this my spirit was carried off, and it went up into the heavens, and I saw the sons of the holy angels treading upon the flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their clothing and their light of their face was like snow. And I saw two rivers of fire, and the light of the fire shone like a hyacinth. And I fell upon my face in the front of the Lord of the spirits. And the angel Michael, one of the archangels, took hold of me and my right hand, and raised me and led me out to all the secrets of mercy and all the secrets of righteousness. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of the earth, and all the storehouses, and of the stars and of the lights that were come out from below the holy ones. And the Spirit carried Enoch off to the highest heaven, and I saw there in the middle of the light something built of crystals, in the middle of those stones tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw a circle of fire which surrounded that house. From its four sides came rivers full of living fire, and they surrounded that house. And the roundabout were the seraphim and the cherubim and the Ophanim, and these they who do not sleep, but keep watch over the throne of his glory. And I saw the angels, who could not be counted, thousands of thousands and 10,000s, surrounding that house, and Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and Phaneal. And the holy angels who are in the heavens above went in and out of that house. And Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phaneal and many holy angels without number came out from that house. And with them the head of days, and his head white and pure like wool, and his garments indescribable. And they fell upon their face, and my whole body melted, and my spirit was transformed, and I cried out in a loud voice in the spirit of power, and I blessed and praised and exalted. And these blessings which came out of my mouth were pleasing before the head of days. And that the head of days came with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phaneal, and thousands and 10,000s of angels without number. And that angel came to me and greeted me with his voice and said to me, "You are the Son of Man, who was born of righteousness, and righteousness remains over you, and righteousness of the head of days will not leave you." And he said to me, he proclaims peace to you in the name of the world which is to come, for from there peace has come out from the creation of the world, and so you will have it forever and forever, and all will walk according to your way, inasmuch as righteousness will never leave you, which you will be their dwelling and in their lot, and they will not be separated from you forever and forever. And so there will be length of days with the Son of Man, and the righteous will have peace, and the righteous will have an upright way in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. I don't remember Jesus Christ's name being mentioned one time. Okay, so we'll pick up where we left off. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. I think it's pretty obvious what's happening now in this book. Thank you very much. Have a great day.